We're just, welcome to the show. We're just discussing how Troy doesn't like a dick in his elbow. Ass from elbow. Welcome to the program.
Yeah.
Sad day.
Yeah.
Very sad news about Patrick Moonachie passing away. I didn't know exactly what. I guess it was just the diabetes, the overall health, or if it was something specific that happened, like if he had a heart attack. I don't know. I'm assuming it was overall health.
He was in poor health.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Pat from Moonachie was a legend of the XM era, I would say.
No, also,
we were on XM and K-Rock at the same time.
K-Rock,
so,
right? Yeah, K-Rock too.
we did stuff in that studio, but
yeah,
ultimately, yeah. I mean, he, it's really interesting that he hasn't really been on the air per se in a while, but there's just first of all, the stuff that he did lasted forever. Like, it's still so YouTubeable, and not just the bits that he was a part of, because, Baby Bird it was him.
Yeah.
But
it was him.
Just him, just his vibe, just the way he would come out with, like, his one-liners and puns, and it was just unstoppable, unflappable, just like, go, joke.
I remember one day it was when he was really new on the show, and he was it was one bomb after the next. And
kept hitting
the car crash button, the repeated car crash button. One pun, one little joke, and it was car crash after car crash after. He was really funny, and he always tried to be funny. Like, even when his fucking leg got cut off, the guy, he made jokes about it on Twitter.
Yes.
Like, say what you want about why people make jokes in tragic situations, but he was the master of it.
Yes.
He was the master at always trying to be funny. And he never wanted somebody else to not be funny at his expense. Like,
no.
He wasn't one of those guys who would make fun of anything and then cry if you made jokes at his expense. I mean, he always made jokes at his own expense.
Yeah, he was just invested in having fun.
Yeah, and he wanted people to laugh.
To have a good time, to laugh. And that was... It was interesting, like, reading everybody's reflections as they kind of... Because, that was also a time on Opie and Anthony when the fan community, it was like... It was before social media and all that. It was message boards and, Reddit might have been around. But there was a lot more in-person stuff that would be happening. A lot more in-person fan meetups, and... There were softball games and bar gigs and all that stuff. And he was like a fixture there. So he ended up like, I hope that he realized like how many people he affected and how many people would, when this news came out last night, be affected by it and have things to say. And everybody just said the same thing. It was just, this was a guy who would go into a room and it was like, how can I get the vibe better? How can I make as many people in here laugh as humanly possible? Yeah,
it's very sad. I think Pat knew people loved him. I mean, he had a lot of love online, and when he was in some financial trouble, a lot of people tried to help him out a little bit. Like, I think he knew. He had to know that there's a lot of support from people, and a lot of people really valued him and loved him.
Yeah.
So rest in peace, Pat.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a real bummer. Is that an article from NJ.com that they're writing about him? That's awesome. That's awesome that he's getting some coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pat from Moonachie. Pat from Moonachie. Yeah, because it really was. I mean, my favorite stuff would just be when he would be in studio, and it would just be swing after swing after swing after swing after swing, and it was just this. He was realizing how much fun everybody was having.
Yeah,
he wasn't bombing on purpose ever.
No,
but he was just like, people love it. The more swings I take, the better time everybody in this room is having.
Wasn't he in that? Doesn't his voice pop up even in that Patrice laugh video? I think Pat's in that video too. Am I crazy?
Maybe, I don't know.
For some reason, I can remember. I might be wrong again.
I know he was in the. he was part of that Heal the World video that Troy and I did with all the characters on the show.
Yeah.
Very early incarnations of Chip Chipperson, and some of those characters showed up in that too.
Was that what everybody sang?
Yeah, everybody sang a little verse, yeah. What did I say? Heal the world? We are the world, yeah.
Did their signature catchphrase?
Yeah, everybody did that. Yeah, and Pat, like, whatever lyric he had, he added something to it. He went, oh, yeah, I think it was fall. I think his lyric was fall, like, we can't fall or something like that. Except he went, fall.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so, like, over-the-top, cartoony, and fun.
You said that we put everybody in the studio, in the circle, wasn't it?
In the fishbowl.
Yeah.
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 I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, so Pat got a little coverage. Nice. Awesome. Good.
Yeah, so, Godspeed.
Yeah. I mean, I never know what to say. It's just, the older you get, it just happens often. People that you really like die. It just stinks. There's no way around it.
It's weird when that starts happening more and more.
It does. It's a sign of getting older. It's part of, like, hey, the people I know are getting older, and they're not in their 30s anymore, and they start to die. Natural causes, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and all that stuff. And stuff starts catching up, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking Baby Bird was 15 years ago.
Jesus.
I think that was 2007 at K-Rock, right?
It was definitely at K-Rock. I mean, it was in the K-Rock studio. I want to say 2007. It might be 2008. Yeah, I mean, probably 2007.
Let's see. The first eggnog drinking contest was 2004, but that was at XM.
Yeah, no. It couldn't have been 2004. It was probably...
It was after 2006 because Howard was gone and we were at K-Rock, so it was at K-Rock.
Yeah, it was either December of 2006 or December of 2007.
2006.
Was it? Wow, was it that long ago, huh?
December, yeah, so it was like the very end of 2006, probably one of the last shows.
We were only back on the air for 2 years at that point.
Crazy to think, right?
Yeah.
How much had happened, yeah.
Yeah,
we had already started doing terrestrial.
The whole pre-K-Rock era was very short.
December 1st.
Wow.
Wait. That doesn't make sense. Because David Lee Roth went on K-Rock after Howard, and that was like January of 2006 he came to Sirius. So David Lee Roth was off and O&A were on by December?
Yeah, I don't think David Lee Roth lasted a year.
Maybe not. I just didn't realize that O&A were right after that.
This was posted December 5th.
Did No Filter Paul recorded this? Wow.
Yeah.
Good for Paul.
Yeah, and I think there is other...
Oh, that's a different version. Okay.
There is other video of it.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that was the original.
This was the eggnog drinking contest that we did.
It's
where people would just go shot for shot with eggnog. And the intern at the time,
Pat Duffy,
Pat Duffy decided, he was willing to take it, and he sat in a chair and laid back like he's at the salon, when they're going to shampoo your hair.
Yeah.
And he dipped his head over a garbage can, and just the tidal wave, the avalanche of eggnog vomit that came out of Pat from Moonachie's face.
Didn't he do 70 shots of it?
Yeah.
70 was what he got
I thought
it was 70. I think it was 72.
And he 72, and he puked 80 onto Pat. I think it was 70 something. Oh. I think Bill was there that day. Rogan was there.
I think it was Rogan's.
I think he named it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we named it. Yeah.
Was it his idea? Maybe it was. I just don't remember.
Or he named it something. He was
when Bill was on Rogan's show. Bill said you had the idea. For him to do that.
Oh, okay.
I haven't re-listened to this in almost 20 years, so I don't know for sure.
And I mean, it was so much that Pat's face was like almost like they were taking like a clay, like a living mask of his face, like everything was covered.
Wow.
What a time.
Man, it was fun. That was a fun fucking...
So incredible.
There was some fun times, man.
Just insane.
There was some very fun times.
Just insane. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Regardless of what happens, we lived through that.
Uh-huh.
We were in studio for that.
That's so crazy.
Hilarious, funny thing.
Like, that was just like...
God damn.
That was Friday.
Yeah.
That was Friday. And then it was back to work.
Yeah. It was almost him standing. There was so much vomit. It looked like when, like Monty Python would do a vomit sketch.
Yes.
And they have a hose on the side, and they film from the opposite side, and it just shoots out. There was no retching. There was no there was no vomit. It just was mouth open, and it volcanoed out.
Yeah, it was just the pipe went the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like one of those fake,
it looked fake. Yeah,
when you've got a tube in your arm.
Yep.
And you're just like pretending to vomit on like SNL or whatever.
Totally, totally. And it's
so real.
Yeah, and it's an absurd amount.
Yeah.
Like no real vomit would ever be that much.
No.
Because it's for the humor of it.
Yeah.
And Pat Duffy sat there with his head over that garbage can, and didn't fucking budge. I mean,
unbelievable.
Took every ounce of it. What a trooper.
Yeah, I mean, do you think you just kind of displace?
I think that, again, for him, it was to make the bit. The bit's got to be great.
Yes.
And he just knew the bit has got to be. It is what you're
this
in.
Is, yeah. This
you're
is
in
what
it.
it is.
This is the bit. I'm getting puked on. I don't know what his mindset was at that moment, but whatever it was amazing because he lasted through it and just.
Yeah, this is a thing that's going. If I don't do this, it doesn't happen.
The bit doesn't work.
Right. Like this is a thing that's going to happen now.
Oh God. That Pat's. I mean, again, most of it was just pure eggnog, but still.
Yeah, it was right back up, but it's still, it's gross.
That was so fun.
Like, even having eggnog poured on you.
Unpleasant.
Would be unpleasant.
Unpleasant. To have it thrown up out of the stomach of a giant diabetic man.
Yes.
Very unpleasant.
I mean, it's good that Pat vomited all of it. It would have been bad as a diabetic man for him to have 72 shots of eggnog in his belly.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact that it was presented, and both Pat from Moonachie and Pat Duffy were like, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, it's both named Pat.
Yeah. And the two Pats were like, yeah,
how did I not catch that in 60 years?
We can pull this off. Well, I mean, it's not.
No, I know, but.
I guess. Hey, both named Pat. Like,
yeah, two Pats.
Yeah. Pat squared. Yeah, so rest in peace to Pat from Moonachie. He put Moonachie on the map, that's for sure.
Sure did. No one gave a shit about Moonachie, and they won't care about it after.
No.
Only when Pat was there.
He's that town's first son. Always, forever the king of Moonachie.
Moonachie.
Getting a text from Than.
Oh.
Nice. Must be electric.
Rogan's idea. I named it. Not that it matters.
Did Than
Not
name it?
that son of a bitch. I'm glad I made fun of him now.
You know what?
I'm glad I made fun of him.
He's probably right, though.
I'm sure he's right.
Well, yeah, you remember it if you named it.
Sure.
You know, something a lot of people don't remember about. Not that this matters, but I actually came up with the name. A lot of people.
Honestly, I would take credit for that too. If I remember definitively that I had named that,
would you text in?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Greatest radio bit of all time.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
that moment,
all
the guy
right.
dies.
All right.
Joe named it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Joe's. I don't remember how Joe said it. I just don't remember. It was all.
Maybe Joe conceived it.
Yeah, maybe he just said, "Why
and
you should
Than
puke
named
it on
it?
him?" Yeah.
I should have booked Than. I didn't know.
There had been stuff puke stuff had been done before, like
Not like that.
I mean grosser shit, like the chowder contest, which was BCN
Chowder.
when everybody was vomiting chowder, and then some guy came in and ate the chowder they had thrown up for tickets. Like that was a rough go.
Didn't somebody like?
I'm sure we had that on our show too. On this.
Yeah, didn't somebody eat
puke? Yeah,
regurgitated
cereal.
eggnog with cereal.
No cereal. Yeah, someone was puking cereal and somebody was eating it.
No, I thought they made cereal and used the regurgitated eggnog as the milk.
Oh, I don't know. I blocked so much of this out.
Was it Pat?
I see.
Yeah, I feel like they threw up the eggnog.
Part of me remembers that. Again, I might just be giving Pat credit because of this.
Puke pranks.
Yeah. Is that him?
Just your friends.
Just friends. We're doing puke pranks. I feel like somebody puked the eggnog back up into a bowl.
Yes.
And then we got cereal and put it in. So you could like eat your morning cereal
I don't remember
in the
who
puked
ate, I don't
eggnog.
remember who ate it. Somebody ate somebody else's fucking puke.
Yeah.
It's just
It's why.
I can't.
I gotta wait for the delay to catch up so Than can tell us who it was.
Okay, he might. Yeah, you'll probably remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh. Disgusting.
So bad.
Amazing though. There's nothing better on a radio show than somebody eating puke.
Man.
Because the reactions are so genuine. It's not over the top. There's a lot of fake. A lot of radio is bullshit, as everybody knows.
Yeah,
we exaggerate.
heighten it, yeah.
We heighten things. Sometimes we out and out lie. Like, I mean, if you don't know that by this point. But when somebody's reacting to someone else eating another person's vomit,
You can forget
it's
you're on
never
the radio.
fake.
You can forget you're on the radio.
Yeah. You're just in a magical land where this is okay.
Magical.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. As long as we're in this room and it's between this time and that time, it's okay for people to be like eating puke and stuff like that. What a wild reality.
Yeah. Yeah, Pat's a hard one too. There's a few of the old fans, that have become a part of the kind of the fabric of what the show is, of the legend of the show, and he was one of those guys. Big A is one of those guys.
Big A is hugely
Stalker
important.
Patty is one. Sandy Kane.
Yeah.
Bobo is one. Daniel is one of those
important.
guys. Yeah,
for sure.
And I'm sure that there's some I'm forgetting. So
yeah.
No, Pat.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It sucks, yeah.
Sucks.
His leg came off and he was tweeting jokes.
I know, yeah.
I mean, it's just funny. And a few days before, he had been getting hydrotherapy, I guess, to try to save the other leg. And he was putting a video of his leg in a tub.
Oh.
And then
his last post on Twitter is just a creep shot of some hot nurse.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I want to see what she looks like under the mask.
Just a funny guy.
Yes.
A funny guy.
And look, and the tweet before is his leg. I think they're picking. They're
afterwards, yeah.
doing something with the wound. Yeah, diabetes is a motherfucker.
It's a
Man.
motherfucker. Whew. Well, yeah. So go on YouTube today and find some of those old Pat from
Find
Moonachie
Baby
clips.
Bird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
Baby
awesome.
Bird is the essential.
There's a 7-hour playlist of
Yeah.
all of his appearances.
Wow.
2005 was a big year
For Pat, I think he was there for that Patrice.
There is a Patrice meets Pat clip.
I wonder if it was the up and down game day. I don't remember. For some reason, I remember
we
hearing
weren't
his-
doing up and down game in 2005.
No. This is way after.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So.
would do cribs with him. You remember that?
Oh my God! Yeah. He didn't have the greatest living situation.
No.
Yeah. So find that playlist and treat yourself to it. Speaking of
Yeah.
fans or what
Yeah.
ancillary characters
Yeah.
that were find it and go back and listen to a bunch of it because he was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome dude.
Yeah.